All right, let's go. Let's get into this whole topic with 16 management and with the kid. I mean, with the kid Tommy Guns and with DJ Flip. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying this. Right, this fool says, "Get out of here, bro, Brian." All right. So listen, I want to go and say this. Right, is that you guys know I know a lot of people in the industry, like almost everybody and anybody within our reach. Right. Uh, what is that called? That fool Tommy, that fool, that youngster Tommy Guns from 16 Management just signed a deal, right? With four. I think it. What is that? 4K is 4K, right? 4K, and what is that fool's management company? Hold on, let me make sure. All right, let me make sure. Hold on. Everybody chill. Everybody chill out real quick. I'm gonna bring you guys some news you're not gonna believe. All right. AK, my bad, not 4K. AK. All right. Making sure I knew it was a fucking number. All right, so look, let me give it to you guys raw. That youngster Tommy Guns recently signed a deal with Ocho from AK and Sony Records, right? Prior to that, he was with Little Flip. Prior to that, he was with OTR, but he jumped over because it started with, I'm telling you like this. Tommy Gunn started with 16 Management, right? And then went to OTR, and then from OTR went to DJ Flip, all right, and then from DJ Flip he went over to AK and Ocho, right? Well, we all seen the video where he signed a deal, he signed the paper, and they gave him some money, right? So that deal was with AK, 16 Management, and Sony Records, right? Well, very quick, word on the streets is that he signed $60,000. 60K. Now you got to split that with everybody. All right. You got to split that with everybody. Now, the only people out in the front that you think you got to split it with is 16 Management, Ocho from AK, and of course Tommy Guns. But I guarantee you, there's a gang of people in the back end. $60,000 is basically nothing. Okay? Basically nothing. That's word on the streets. Now, how true is it? I don't know. But I will tell you, I have direct sources. And they said he signed for $60,000. All right. And remember, that's got to be recouped. They got to make money. They got to make that money back. All right. They got to make that money back. And again, it's got to be split. It's got to be divided. All right. Everybody's going to get a little cut. Everybody's going to get some coins. All right. So again, $60,000. You guys go ahead and make the assumption whether that's a big bankroll or whether that's toilet paper money. All right. If you ask me, YouTube done paid me way more than that, bro. Like way more than that. All right. YouTube done paid me more than that in 6 months. All right. So you guys go ahead and do the math. All right. Now, let's get to the whole beef. Epic the Great says, is a tax? Everything's taxed, bro. Everything is taxed in this world, my boy. Even the calzones you're wearing right now are taxed, bro. All right. So now look, let's get to the beef. Let's get to the beef. First of all, to understand what's going on with this DJ Flipp 16 management beef, you have to understand who 16 management is and who DJ Flipp is. All right, DJ Flipp is a CEO slash producer veteran in this game that has worked with people like Little Boozy. As a matter of fact, to make it simple, let's head over to DJ Flipp's Instagram page so we could get an idea for who he is and the type of work and the people he's worked for, okay? We've already know that right now he's working with all the youngsters, but he's worked with people like Boozy, he's worked with people like Kevin Gates, he's worked with people like OGZ, he's worked with people like King Little G. He's worked with top names, bro, okay? Here we got him in photos with uh with uh with real legends. Right. Okay, here we have him working with real legends. Okay, real legends. Bobby Smurda, Blueface. Man, the list goes on. Full Currency. AD from the community. Gilly the Kid, bro. Uh, uh, the homie from Texas. What's his name? Peso. Peso. Sauce Walker. Okay, so basically, he got a pedigree of working with real top tier artists. Even Suede. Look at him with Suede. Uh, real top tier artists, bro. Okay, keep in mind that's his pedigree, bro. DJ Flipp is paid, well off, got a gang of whips, got a mansion, got money. The homie is doing his thing, right? Now you have to understand who 16 management is. You got to understand who that is, okay? Let me see if I could go to his Instagram. Maybe I'm not blocked. I don't know if I'm blocked. 16, there you go. 16 management is three kids from Pigsley, okay? Pigsley is 500 people or less, okay? It is Tommy Guns, Demon, and Demon is the OG. And then you got the manager, which is 19 years old and has never done business in the music business, never done business in the music industry, never been part of Chicano rap, never been part of the culture, never been part of anything, bro. Right? Anything. So you got a CEO that has worked with all the mainstream artists, and then you got a 19-year-old that has never done business. Okay? That alone, that alone should tell you everything you need to know about this situation, okay? But if you want to dig deeper, we can dig deeper, okay? Do we need to really do we really need to question DJ Flipp's? Do we really need to question DJ Flipp's credibility? Do we? After so many years, has anybody ever came out and said DJ Flipp has done bad business? And that's not me backing a Flipp. That's being brutally honest and giving it to you raw, whether you like it or not, right? He recently did a record with King Lil G. We didn't hear nothing. Right. All right. Now let's look into 16 management. All right, let's go. I got a couple of messages that I wanted to run through real quick. Now you know that I've had beef with 16 letter, and it's not beef. It was beef on their end. But let me explain it to you, all right? I talked to the manager from 16 management. I talked to him. He's 19 years old. He told me that Tommy Guns had a problem with my reaction video. And I said, hey, I'm a homie. He's a homie. I'll take it down. I don't give a fuck about the video. I'm for the homies. I'm for the homies, right? Nah, you don't gotta do that. I go, look, fool, I'm gonna take it down. Tell Tommy Guns it's all love, right? All right. 2 months later, he being the manager, knowing that I took the video down, knowing that I showed him love, and I said, look, homie, it's all love over here. He allowed Tommy Guns to drop a diss record on Hater World. Very irresponsible, all right? Very bad taste. After I said it's all love, that shit coming down, homie, because I'm for the homies to win, all right? So the manager allowed that diss record to come out. I didn't push no issue. I laughed. I thought it was funny, right? I didn't care. But they continued to diss and diss and diss. All right, whatever. So then when I got at the manager tried to hit me with, oh, they're young, they don't get it, blah. You the manager. You the manager, right? If I told you we straight, you should have put that to end right there, my boy. Hey, Tommy Guns, we can't release that, my boy, because Blue Devil said it's all good. We solid people, and that's it. Fool, it's over. You allowed that to go on. All right, whatever. Now let's fast forward. That was just to show you the credibility on 16 management. Now let's move forward to DJ Flipp. All right. DJ Flipp don't need to deal with no Tommy Guns, no P-Face, no Blanco. He don't need to deal with them, bro. All right? He don't. He just came off a record with King Lil G, got paid thousands of dollars. He don't need to deal with these youngsters, all right? But he gave them an opportunity, all right? I'll tell you this, and I know this for a fact. All the videos that were dropped by DJ Flipp, all of them, he did not charge them any money, bro. All right. He did not charge 16 management. He did not charge Tommy Guns any money for those videos. Okay. And now, if you want to ask how much is a video nowadays, it depends who's shooting it, what type of camera, the hours, so forth and so forth. DJ Flipp charges $2,000 for a video, bro. How many videos were dropped by Tommy Guns with Flipp? Right. All right. 4 or 5 videos. Do the math. Okay. Now let's do the math on how much he charges for studio time. I know DJ Flipp charges $750, bro, for a session. All right. $750 per session. All right. I was told that there is at least 100 hours of Tommy Guns recording session files with DJ Flipp that were not paid. Flipp did not charge because they're all working together as one. All right. They're all working, trying to do something. They're all trying to blow this kid up. So we're all going to put together everything we got to help this kid to blow up, right? So Flipp is not hitting them for studio time. He's not hitting them for videos because we're all working together, right? We're all working together. So what happens the minute that AK comes into the scene? Tommy Guns and 16 Letter not being loyal, they run and they sign a deal. They go and they sign a deal and they leave DJ Flipp out the deal, knowing that DJ Flipp was the reason this kid got his bus, right? Think about it, bro. We only know of Tommy Guns because of DJ Flipp. DJ Flipp put out the videos, DJ Flipp put the recording sessions, DJ Flipp did the promo, DJ Flipp did all of that, and this fool ran because AK gave him a deal and signed like this. And word on the streets is that OTR does not fuck with Tommy Guns or 16 management for the same reason. All right. So now, Big Trippy, without a contract? Without a contract. Word is that they were all working together, as a team trying to make this go. So we all trust each other. We all work together, which is bad for business. Real bad for business. But they were all doing it underneath the strength of we all working as one. Okay. Now, to furthermore show you a little bit about where 16 management's head is at, I wanted to show you guys this. Okay. Read that real quick while I take a sip of this water. All right. 16 management wrote, I brought Blanco and Tommy to his studio. He wasn't even tapped in with Raza till I came in. Facts. That is 16 management. Bro, DJ Flipp was tapped in with us since last year. What the fuck is you talking about? DJ Flipp came to my studio last year on the strength with his entire team. Okay. He already had worked with Suede. He already had worked with King Little G. He already had worked with Blue Devil. He already had worked with Opina. What the fuck is you talking about? This is how you know these kids, bro, don't know what the fuck they saying, bro. But again, as fast as they come is as fast as they'll go. Instead of being humble and grateful, they're out here trying to act like they're the clout. Okay? There you go. I brought Blanco and Tommy to his studio. He wasn't even tapped in with Raza till I came. And again, you tell me, what's so beneficial about Blanco and Tommy compared to Little Boozy, compared to fucking Kevin Gates, compared to fucking Currency and everyone else that's on DJ Flipp's page? You're telling me that somehow you saved DJ Flipp by bringing Blanco and Tommy? What the fuck is you saying right now, bro? What the fuck is we talking about? Who are these people? Who are these people? What stamps have you made in the game? What stamps have you made in the game, bro? I want to know. I really want to know, what have you done in this game to help the culture? OTR don't fuck with you. TheHaterWorld don't fuck with you. I fuck with Demon. It's solid homie. But as far as the other two cats, can't trust them. DJ Flipp don't fuck with you. Right? What's left? What's left for our culture? For our people? None but respect for Demon, bro. I can't say nothing bad about him. Homie pull up when we asked him to pull up in the midst of all that little beef bullshit. Didn't give a fuck, homie. That's a real solid dude right there. That's a real solid dude. Didn't ask no question. Who's gonna be there? Who's not gonna be there? Do we have beef? Do we not have beef? He pulled up, homie. So can't do none but respect him, bro. But like I told the homie earlier, I go, they think they're doing something big by signing that little deal. That's cool. Get your bread, get your money. But what happens in the end, fool, they all come crawling back. They all do. All of them. When the mainstream don't fuck with them, they all come back to try to fit back in with the culture, with the homies, with the people. Okay? They all do, bro. Trust me, I've seen it. So again, let me make this clear. That song, Mic Check, only made about $1,500. 1,500. 1,500. Okay? That's all it made. Roughly, give or take, a few dollars. All right? So now, you split that 3 ways. 500 big ones. Okay. Now, if I was DJ Flipp, which I'm not, I could never be, I'd say, look, fool, I don't owe you anything. You actually owe me studio time. You owe me for beats. You owe me for videos. This is what we gonna do, though. This is what we gonna do. I'm rich, right? Here's how much your song made. It already paid out. But if you don't think I paid you, here's your $500. Here's your $500. Now get the fucking stepping. That's what I would do. That would hurt more. That's what I would do. And by the way, that little 10, 20,000 you owe me for my production, shove it up your ass. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Okay? So, now look, one other thing. Another thing that I learned in this business is that most people don't split. When you go to a label, they don't be splitting it down the middle. They don't give you half, and half. What I've learned is that most record companies will give you a percentage. Like, all you get is 5%. Because we gave you an advance. This guy gets 10%, he gets 20, he gets 5, he gets 4, you get this, right? It's never down the middle. So for DJ Flipp to say, let's do this down the middle, bro. 33, 33, 33. That to me is some stand-up shit. Even after I shot the videos, think about it, bro. I shot the videos. I made the beat. I recorded the session. I filmed the video. I edited the video. I promoted the shit. Even after I did all that, I'm still chopping it down the middle. Fool, it don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. Any real business, as far as like big record companies, they would have been like, hold on. Yeah, we'll go down the middle, but after you pay us back for our studio time, after you pay us back for the visuals, after you pay us back for all the sodas you drank, after you paid us back for the time that you lived on my couch in my studio, after you pay back the shoes that I bought you last week, then we'll go half, and half. And to top this off, before we move on, one more thing that I heard is that Flipp was paying for the Uber from Pigsley to LA. He was driving up to Pigsley to shoot videos on his dollar, his time, his gas. So, again, the proof is right there. Should I say anything else? Any questions before we move on from this subject? I think I made it clear. I think I made it clear. I think I made it clear. All right, we could move on from DJ Flipp. Salute to Flipp. Been number cool with me, and I every time I call him, he answer. So it is what it is. All right. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. One more thing. One more thing. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Hold on. Let me send it. I didn't send it. Hold on. One more thing. Here's the proof of the split for the money. All right. Now, one thing I was told was that there is like a record that they did with OTR. Right. There's like a one or two records they did with OTR, and that they were crying about that too, about not being paid for that one. But the thing is about that one dropped like under a certain record company. I think they told me Virgin Records, and that one doesn't do splits. The main record company has to get paid first before they split it. And that main record company at that point was OTR, and OTR hasn't got paid for it yet because it's every quarter, and the quarter hasn't even came. So these fools are crying about money that hasn't even been paid out yet, right? And not only that, to top it off, that song only made a few $100. So, bro, these fools are whining and crying about chump change, homie. It's very sad, bro. It's very sad. All right, here it is. So, as you guys can see on the screen, this one is DJ Flipp, 34%. Then you got one of them to be Tommy Guns, and the other one to be the management team. No. I'm sorry. No. There's two producers on that beat, and the other one's 16 management. So producer one, producer two, management. All right. Or management might be the middle one, but all right. And I also asked about the record. I also asked, how does it work when you guys remake that record, right? How does it work when it's a corrupt beat? And what they told me is this, bro, nobody comes chasing that money unless you hit millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, unless, sometimes they see it and they don't see enough money, they let it go until it does make a lot of money. But most of the time, these songs make a few $1,000 and on to the next, few $1,000 on to the next, few $1,000 onto the next. And that's how they do it, bro. Thousand. They never make millions, bro. All right. And they touched it up to the point where if they do get hit with like a copyright, they wouldn't have to pay out all the full money because they did tamper with the beat. All right. So there you go.